Welcome to 11 Recaps. If you enjoy this summary, please give it a thumbs up and consider subscribing. It really helps me keep bringing you engaging content. Ready for your support? Awesome, thank you. Let's dive in. The final approach was silent, tense. Achilles, the spacecraft that had journeyed across the solar system, now hovered like a lone sentinel beside the sphere, an ancient black monolith suspended near Mars, its surface smooth, vast, and unreadable. As the ship latched onto the surface of the sphere with a soft mechanical thud, a spark of life returned to the vessel's communications system. Static gave way to clarity, and a voice, Commander Vance, crackled through the comms. His tone was grave. 10,000 structures, identical to the one Carla saw, he said. They've appeared on Earth, but they're not attacking. Not yet. We believe the sphere is the key. We need answers. Fast. The weight of the world, quite literally, pressed upon the crew. Inside the command deck, Paul gave the order. Carla, Ulf, gear up. Go see what this thing wants. Sean, the ship's scientist, didn't hesitate. You'll need someone who can interpret what you find. I'm going too. They suited up with practiced precision, the gravity of their mission reflected in their silence. As the airlock hissed open, the three descended into the void. The surface of the sphere absorbed light. Around them was a darkness so complete it defied logic. Carla's scanner flickered, unable to make sense of the material beneath their feet. This isn't any element known to Earth, she whispered, all laced in her voice. Paul's voice echoed in their earpieces. Check the structure directly ahead. As they approached, the pitch-black geometry revealed itself, a gate, monolithic and still. Ulf fired a flare into the void. The light danced along its surface, revealing a symbol etched into the material. Event Horizon, Sean muttered. A boundary where normal rules of reality cease. Carla's voice cracked. It's the end of existence. Suddenly, the silence broke. A sound unnatural and impossible in vacuum rolled across the black expanse. Then the AI spoke. A transmission incoming. Translating. A voice emerged, soft, female, impossibly clear. Welcome. A glow pulsed within the gate. From within it, a figure emerged, a woman bathed in light. Her lips did not move, yet they heard her thoughts through their comms. The AI translated her psychic message. I speak for the Creator, the being declared. This is not an invasion. This is a choice. She spoke of a path to salvation. Those who entered the gate would find peace. True peace. A realm without suffering. The woman's gaze locked on Carla. You were chosen to lead. And then the illusion shifted. The woman became Carla's mother. Lost 2 years ago in a car crash that haunted Carla's dreams. She's waiting for you, the figure said gently. Drawn by a force stronger than curiosity, Carla stepped forward. Light consumed her. In an instant, her mind collapsed into memory. The crash. The pain. Then calm. A golden city on the horizon. Her daughter stood there, alive and smiling. Carla ran toward her. But before they could touch, it all dissolved. She awoke violently, gasping on a medical table inside the ship, while rising to her throat as her body convulsed. Ulf held her down. You collapsed. We had to pull you out, he said gently. Sean didn't make it. Before she could process the loss, Vance's call pierced the silence. He needed answers, and fast. But Carla's mind drifted again, unwillingly pulled into the past. The beginning of the end started not with war, but with silence. Earth was dying. Environmental collapse, famine, irreversible damage. Humanity's hope turned skyward. Then the sphere appeared, silent, black, and orbiting Mars like a planet-sized enigma. Achilles was built in response, and 6 astronauts volunteered for the journey. Carla dreamt often during their 8 months in hibernation. Dreams of her daughter, of her mother, of the accident. Those images were all that tethered her to herself. When the crew was revived, only 8 hours from the sphere, they were groggy, disoriented. Reuben, the youngest and most anxious, was especially shaken. His first time in cryosleep had rattled him. Carla tried to reassure him, but he found comfort in his followers, choosing to document everything online. Truth must be shared, he insisted. Carla and Paul tried scanning the sphere, but it was unreadable. No data. A ghost in space. Carla suggested turning back. Paul refused. We finished the mission. Reuben's anxiety only grew. Whispers started, voices in the corridors. At first, Carla thought it was just her memories playing tricks. But Reuben heard them too, and his fear turned to obsession. Then the AI reported an anomaly. Carla ran to the bridge, just in time to see the sphere fire a beam of light directly at them. Systems failed. Lights flickered. But Paul pushed on. Tez, the engineer, noted the light wasn't destructive, it was guiding them. Then Carla decoded the signal. One repeated word, Deus. Latin. God. Reuben's paranoia exploded. He saw it all as divine punishment. Judgment Day. He begged them to turn back. They didn't listen. Soon after, Reuben vanished. The crew found him in the cargo bay, surrounded by glowing orbs, carving religious symbols into his flesh in a grotesque ritual. Tez found him first and screamed. By the time the others arrived, she was already dead, her body mutilated. Reuben turned on Carla, ranting about redemption and Paul's hidden truths. Ulf tried to intervene, but Paul appeared first and, without hesitation, shot Reuben dead. No remorse. No hesitation. Just orders. Carla followed Paul afterward, asking if he knew, if he'd been hiding something. Paul exploded. You don't get to quit. We're all in this until the end. Carla snapped, demanding to know why he didn't mourn the dead. He said nothing, and walked away. Later, Ulf placed Tez and Reuben in hibernation chambers, not bags. It was the only dignity left. With time slipping away, the crew detached from the main vessel, navigating closer with a smaller craft. Carla saw the structure, the gate, the final destination, and now she'd walk through it, seen what waited. But was it salvation? Or something far more terrifying? Only Carla knew what lay beyond. Only she could decide what it meant. After a journey that felt like eternity, and discovery that bent the very laws of reality, Carla sits across from Vance, her voice distant, her eyes still lost within the gleaming echo of what she had seen. Something beyond understanding. Something divine. She describes it as a golden city, a vision shimmering with the weight of ancient myth. When Vance presses her for more, comparing it to the holy city of Jerusalem, Ulf interjects softly. Heaven, he whispers. But Carla doesn't mention her family. Not a word, not even when Vance questions her repeatedly. That's all I saw, she insists. Vance doesn't believe her. And when the transmission ends, Paul, clearly irritated, walks out of the room without a word. Moments later, Carla, driven by a painful curiosity, confronts Ulf about Sean's death. Ulf's explanation is clinical. His suit ruptured. Carla, however, isn't buying it. These suits are made to withstand cosmic hell. They don't just tear. So Ulf changes the story. Sean failed to secure his glove, decompressed in an instant. Still, Carla doesn't flinch. Sean was the best of them. Careful. Experienced. Too disciplined for such a fatal mistake. Ulf leans in, eyes cold, voice tight. Even the best falter. But Carla senses deception. As Ulf suggests she rest, her mind races. She isn't ready to let this go. Later, in the dim corridor, free of cameras and eyes, Ulf confronts her. Tell me what you really saw. Carla hesitates. Then she reveals what she withheld, the vision of her family. Not a city, not lights, but her family, whole, happy, alive. She also confesses her distrust of Paul and Vance. Something isn't right, and she can feel it. Back on the bridge, Paul questions Ulf about their off-camera chat. Ulf lies, saying Carla didn't reveal anything new. Paul's stare sharpens. Follow orders, he warns. Then, the AI echoes across the ship, announcing that hibernation begins in 1 hour. Carla doesn't waste a second. She slips away, grabbing Reuben's knife, and heads to the cryopod chamber, where Sean's lifeless body lies. She inspects his suit closely. No tears, no faults. Nothing adds up. Fueled by urgency, she sneaks into Paul's quarters, breaking the lock with Reuben's blade. Her hands dig through drawers and files. Then she finds it, a firearm. And more, documents. Confidential files filled with secrets she wasn't meant to know. Suddenly, Ulf appears at the door. Carla doesn't hesitate. She points the gun at him. With the barrel aimed at his chest, she reveals what she's read. Ulf was once an elite soldier, ruthless, efficient, a legend in a forgotten war. But he swears he's left that life behind. He insists he knows nothing about the sphere, and Carla, watching his eyes, doesn't sense a lie. Still holding the gun, she marches him to the bridge. There, she turns her aim to Paul. This is mutiny, Paul says coldly. Punishable by death. Carla's reply is ice. Sean didn't die in an accident. He was shot. She accuses Ulf, believing his past caught up with him. The tension is thick, until Vance's face flashes on a monitor. He interrupts the moment, calm and composed. I'm not your enemy, he says. He claims his scientists believe Carla really saw heaven. Then he plays a video. Earth. Crowds flooding the streets. People crying, praying, fighting to reach the gates, desperate for salvation. Vance had broadcasted footage from the sphere, and now Earth is descending into chaos. Carla is frozen in disbelief. That's when Paul lunges at her. A violent struggle follows. Blows are exchanged. Carla slams into the floor. But she fights back, her instincts sharp. She wrestles the gun free and fires. Paul collapses, a red bloom spreading across his chest. But she's hurt too, bleeding. She clutches her stomach, staggering. Vance's transmission ends. Now Carla faces Ulf, gun still in hand. And finally Ulf confesses, yes, he killed Sean, but not for orders or power. For the truth. He saw something in the sphere too, something that made him question everything. He didn't want Sean to ruin the mission. But Carla sees something else in him now. A man haunted, yes, but also seeking redemption. Together, they head to the infirmary. Ulf patches her up. It's quiet. And then she says it. She wants to go back. Ulf reveals a secret. He has the override code for the ship's AI. But it comes with a cost. They'll have to eject the main propulsion core, meaning their return to Earth will take over 5 years. Carla's eyes dim with despair. But Ulf, ever the strategist, offers another way. Later, Carla returns to the bridge and calls Vance once more. Her voice is steady cold. "I'll destroy the sphere," she threatens. Vance doesn't flinch. Instead, he unlocks encrypted files. A new truth is revealed. He built the sphere. It was never divine, never holy. No god, just engineering. The purpose? To manipulate Earth's masses. To trigger mass panic. The Golden Gates weren't portals to heaven. They were death traps. A way to control overpopulation. Save 6 billion, sacrifice 15. Carla is horrified. "How could I hear my family then?" she asks. Vance's reply sends a chill through her. He implanted a chip in her brain after her accident. It's all been part of his twisted plan to train her, to test her. Tears stream down Carla's face. "You're a monster," she whispers. She recalls a story her mother once told her. Every soul deserves a chance to survive. Then Ulf's voice cuts in. He has the core. But Vance acts fast. The ship's alarms blare. A countdown begins. 3 minutes to self-destruction. Carla shoots the projector, cutting Vance off. She contacts Ulf. He gives her the code to detach the main ship from the rest of the Achilles. But time is short. Ulf is stuck in the slow-moving elevator. "Leave me," he tells her. "No," she says, eyes full of defiance. But explosions ripple through the ship. The core's integrity is failing. She has no choice. She triggers the separation. The main ship drifts away. Carla watches as the Achilles is consumed by fire and fury. She believes Ulf is gone. Then static crackles. A voice. Ulf is alive. He made it, barely. They share a shaky, joyful toast. But Ulf is honest, the job's not done. Since half the ship is gone, someone must detonate the core manually. Carla agrees. "We do this together." But when they land near the sphere, Ulf locks her out. "This is my burden now. Go. Tell them the truth." Carla pounds the door, begs him not to do it. But his mind is set. Their eyes meet one last time. And then she flies away. From orbit, Carla watches as the core detonates. Blinding light consumes the sphere. It's over. Now alone, drifting toward Earth, Carla listens to the AI's final update. Estimated time to arrival, 7 years. She stares out into the stars, haunted and resolute. The truth is now hers to carry. And so, as Carla drifts across the abyss of space, with truth as her only companion, we are left with one haunting question. How far would you go to uncover what lies beyond the gate? Make sure to subscribe and hit that notification bell if you want more cinematic sci-fi stories like this. Thanks for watching, and until next time, keep wondering what's out there, just beyond the stars.